Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Everything Good About Life. In case you're new here, my name is Yudia and I'm back again with yet another video of storytelling session. So the reason I'm this happy is because my baby is right there and he has decided that he's going to speak throughout this video, so just ignore him and concentrate here. Okay, let me not be weird. Anyway guys, today I want to talk about my experience at the hospital, like during delivery, and if at all I would recommend the hospital, right? So first things first, let's begin with me telling you that my delivery was actually through the CS method and not the normal method. What's normal nowadays anyway? So it all began when I went for my last scan. Yeah, the last scan is normally important. It's very important because that's where they see if there's anything wrong with the pregnancy, anything they missed along the journey, like during the scans you have been doing all along. So it's very important, and I'll urge everyone to actually do that last scan. So when my scan came out, by the way, the doctor, is he a doctor? Anyway, the guy who did my scan was very talkative. The whole time he was talking to me and telling me things about the scan, explaining everything, and yet he missed out one important thing. So after the scan, they printed the whole thing, gave me, and I took it to the nurse who was handling me during the prenatal care. And then the nurse, not knowing that I didn't actually have the information beforehand, just like dropped the bomb, and she was like, yes, now there's this loop, and with this loop here you have to go for CS. I'm like, you guys, my heart sank. And it's not like I have anything against people who go for operation, for theater, for anything like that. The thing was, during my whole pregnancy, if there was something I asked God, was that I will go and have a normal delivery. I wanted that. I wanted the labor pains, and like I wanted a normal delivery. I didn't want to go for theater, right? Now, I was so sad. You guys, I was so sad. My heart just sank, and the nurse just like saw how dampened I had become, and now she sent me to the gyna, who also talked to me and told me what I had to do, yeah, gyna versus stroke or BGYN. So we had a talk, but I was still so sad. My husband was shocked. I don't know why he was shocked though, but he was also not happy. I think for him, he was just like, his wife was going to go for an operation and that's not something he wanted. Yeah. But for me, I felt robbed, right? I can't explain to you guys, but I just felt robbed of that feeling of going for a normal delivery. I think just being brought up in a family or a village where everyone goes for a normal delivery and that's the norm, and the labor pains and people come and talk about it, I think that's what I was like. I was brought up with that, and that's what I expected for my life. I can't explain, you guys. And funny enough, up to now, I still can't feel, this phrase that people say, oh, uchungu ya mama, like uchungu wa mtoto ujue ni mama, like till this period, I still feel like I didn't go through that. And even when parents say, you don't know the pain of having a baby, I cannot relate to that. I still feel like I was robbed that. But anyway, to cut the long story short, the scan revealed that there was the umbilical cord. My baby was tied with an umbilical cord. Now, the umbilical cord had just tied once and it was also loose, which there was possibility of me going for a normal delivery, right? But now it was also not advisable because during delivery you don't know what can happen. I was told that uh, when the baby is trying to push out, the cord might tighten. And also, my baby, during the last scan, my baby already weighed 3.7 kgs, which meant that he would either add 5 more kgs on top or reduce 5. So let's assume he actually added 5 more kgs. Okay, nilianguka hesabu, but that's 4 point something. So he will be a huge baby. And now you're delivering a huge baby who has a cord around his neck. So obviously it's not advisable. And also the gyna asked me one simple question. Do you want your baby to be delivered safely, or you're avoiding scars? Yeah, most of the people actually thought that my reason for not wanting CS was because of the scars, and that's not it, guys. I think I've just grown up knowing that I'll go for delivery and it will be normal delivery, and this was just like robbed. I was robbed this the last minute. That's how I was feeling. It wasn't about scars, it wasn't about fearing to die or anything as stupid as that. Anyway, you guys, now I had a week. I asked for a week because they were saying that the earlier the better, because the labor pains would come at any time. Yeah, and going for CS while you have such a delicate situation is not, like, at the last minute and you have such a delicate situation is not good. But I asked for a week and they gave me that week. So the whole week I sat by myself, I cried, and after crying, of course, I bounced back and I told myself like a million reasons why CS was a better choice. I was like, I remember telling my best friend that I think God knows that if I go to normal delivery, I will not make it. So he made sure that I will go for CS. Yeah. Because if I had a choice, I would go for a normal delivery. I would endure the labor pains. I had already told God that I promise you, no matter how long the labor pains go for, I will endure them, but I just want that. Oh God. Anyway, so, well, when that day came, I went to the hospital. So I delivered at Kikuyu Hospital. It's PCA Kikuyu Hospital. It's in Kikuyu, of course, right next to Alliance High School. Alliance Boys, I guess. Are the schools like next to each other? Anyway, right next to Alliance High School. Now, I don't know if it's Satan just taking over my life or what was happening. My husband gets a call on Tuesday. Yeah, so I was scheduled to go for delivery on Thursday and I was supposed to report to hospital on Wednesday. And then on Tuesday, my hubby gets a call and he's told that he's supposed to be in Kisumu on Thursday morning. He's supposed to be in Kisumu because he had a job. Yeah. I'm like, heck no. You are not going anywhere. I am not going to go to do this alone. But then, of course, he had a signed contract that said he will be on call wherever they want him, whatever time they want him, he would go. Yeah. So, of course, there was no way out of this. Now, I was just so stressed. First of all, I'm going to go through something I didn't want. And then my husband is not going to be there. You guys, if you know me, you know, like, my husband and I are always following each other. Like, we are always going to places. The two of us, we are doing things together. Like, he's that best friend that I will never trade for anything. Right? So, if he's not there, and my other best friend now, a girl, who is my best friend, is at work, And of course, we had not told her in advance. It's not like she was just going to tell her boss that someone needs me and she's off work, which means I was going to be alone, right? I was so devastated. But anyway, as luck would have it, like, just God came to my rescue, and he was told that the event had been pushed to Friday now, right? But it's still in the same bracket of me being at the hospital. But at least he was going to see his son being born, you know? Like, he wasn't going to miss those first moments of his son. Whew. So, I went to hospital on Wednesday. We checked in. And what I want to tell you guys is, if you don't have a hospital, like, if you don't know which hospital you want to give birth in, please go to PCA Kikuyu Hospital. And no, it's not a sponsored video. It's just the reception I got, the treatment I got. I was like, when am I having my second baby? The nurses are so nice. And okay, when I was going there for my prenatal care, they were already nice, but not as nice as compared to the maternity hospital. You guys, you have heard the stories, because I know I have heard the stories. You've heard the stories of how the nurses treat people there while you're giving birth. They will shout at you, they will treat you like, we are not the ones who impregnated you, or something like that. They're normally not as nice, but I was treated like VVIP level. You get? My son is fasting. It's time for him to sleep. But anyway, I was treated like I had paid $1 million in that hospital or something, and I just went for like normal range. You get? I didn't even have like my own cubicle. You see? So they had no they had no reason other than for humanity's sake to just treat me well. I was pampered. They would come every morning. The ones on the morning shift would come to our room. Okay, is it really a room? It was just like a huge room, and then it's separated with the curtains, you know, the hospital curtains. So they would come and they would move to every cubicle that had someone, and they will greet you, good morning, how was your night, how do you feel, blah 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 blah. Yeah, they were so nice. They would do that, and the ones that come for evening shift will do that. And even like during the day, they would come to look at you, check on you. Like, they really don't have to, but they did every single day, right? Okay, now on the morning of my delivery, that Thursday morning, so an OBGYN to be, because they were still under training anyway, she came and started explaining what was going to happen to me. By the way, funny enough, guys, throughout my pregnancy, I never googled anything. And the way I had a very bad pregnancy, I still never googled anything. I had not googled anything. And even while going for the operation, I did not google what was going to happen. I just went there oblivious of what was going to happen to me. So they came and explained, and they told me there were two ways they were going to like paralyze. It's not the right term, but we are going to go with that. So there were two ways. One, you will get numbed half your torso, like from the torso going down. And then the other way, the second way was like completely you're taken off, like you don't know what's happening to you. You're like half dead or something, or in a coma. I don't have the right terms, you guys. So yeah, and she actually told me the other half is actually better, because sometimes people sleep and they continue sleeping. Yeah, because the other way is just you're like asleep but you can't feel anything. So she told me like numbing your half of your body is better, because one, you will at least monitor your baby after like the baby is taken out. You will get monitored. You can because after like the baby is taken out, you will see your baby, you're fully awake, you just can't feel anything, but you're fully awake, you will see that, and you'll be aware of your environment, which is easier to control your pressure and everything else that is done. Anyway, so I was prepped, by the way. I was put on a drip, water drip. Is the drip only for water? Anyway, I was put on a drip, a lot of water, by the way. Yeah. And then I was taken to the theater. I must say, I was shocked to see the theater. By the way, the theater room was just like my sitting room or something. Okay, not the size, but it was empty. It didn't have anything. They were just, I could just see metal thingies. I don't know what they were for, but I feel, you know, if you've watched movies and someone is taken to the theater, you like, yeah, the Hollywood style movies, it's different. When I went there, I was like, where are all the equipments and things like that? But it was a weird place. So I was taken there. They monitored my pressure, and then there was a guy right there who was really weird. His job was to make sure that I don't lose consciousness and everything. So they will keep you awake, like they talk to you, they ask you questions, blah blah blah, just to keep you in the moment and probably not thinking about what's happening to you. So that guy was weird because he didn't have things to tell me. I was just like, really, that's too weird even for me. Now I should tell you guys, while I was there, while they were prepping me, another nurse told me that they were going to put the catheter, right? But now what she said was that tunataka kuweka mpira sasa, and I was like, okay. I didn't even understand what she was saying. I didn't even think twice about it, but I just said okay. And then after I said okay, I'm like, mpira, hiyo mpira inaenda wapi? And then they put the catheter. You guys, I felt violated. I felt violated because one, I didn't understand what they were doing. I didn't know it was the catheter. Like I said, I didn't have any information before I went there. So now I felt like they were messing with me down there, you know, and I had not given consent, even though I had. I felt violated. I was like, oh Jesus Christ, what would you be doing down there? Anyway, long story short, my baby came out perfectly, and the first thing my son did before even crying, he sneezed. I was like, is that him? And even the guy started laughing. And from that day, my son has not stopped sneezing. He sneezes every time, but I was told it's a good thing. He's like getting rid of the cold in his system, which is a good thing. Yeah. Now, what have I not talked about? After my son was removed, of course, he sneezed and then he started crying. And they made him cry for so long, I was like, please stop making my son cry. Yeah. And after they made him cry, like they were literally hitting him. Of course, not too hard, but they were hitting him and shaking him and making him cry over and over again. And they wrapped him and then they brought him to me. The whole time I was just looking at what they were doing to him. Then they brought him to me and they're like, here is your son. I was just smiling with tears, like tears were rolling down. I'm like, he looks like that. And within the minutes that my son was born, he already had like heat rash. Is it heat rash? It was already on the face and it was white and I don't know. But he was so tiny. I wish I could show you a picture, but I can't. Yeah, because I don't intend to put my son online. Anyway, and then he was taken to the nursery. Now my husband was waiting outside, So he went with them to the nursery. No, that part I don't have the story to that. So would I recommend this hospital to anyone? I've already recommended. You guys, if you're in Kenya and you don't have a hospital, more like if you're in Nairobi and you don't know what hospital to go to, please go to Kikuyu Hospital. It's a good hospital. You will receive good treatment. On the downside, when I went to that hospital, we were told that normal delivery is between 17,000 to 30,000. CS delivery is between 60,000 to 80,000. Now, my first thought was, why are you saying 60 to 80? Just say 80. And then maybe it will come less or something. I don't know what 60 to 80. But then we were told it's because it depends with the medicines you're going to be given, and if there's anything going to happen that will need something, yeah, like if there will be an emergency, that's why they're saying 60 to 80. Now, on the downside of that, my bill actually surpassed 80, which is not a good thing because I didn't need more blood. I didn't need anything extra. I was okay. So I don't understand what happened, right? I actually never even asked. I was just so glad to go back home with my son. So if you're going to that hospital, just make sure you have like enough money. But then also it's a hospital rule, like if you don't have any, if there's nothing wrong with you, you'll stay at the hospital for 3 days if you've gone under CS, right? So you'll stay for 3 days, and this is because of the medication they are giving you. Yeah, the medication they're giving you is going to take 3 days, so that's when you can get discharged, and that's how long I stay there. Funny enough, is it really funny? My husband got another call after he went to Kisumu and came back on Saturday. On Sunday, he was again en route to Mombasa, like another job. So the whole time, I stayed with my son for like 1 whole week without my hubby in the house. But my mother-in-law, oh God bless her soul. Like that woman, I don't know. I would give the whole world to her if I could, right? She used to come to my place every day. Every day after work, she would pass by my place, right? God bless her. Anyway, this video is going to be too long. So you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this story, and please go to Kikuyu Hospital. And no, it's not a sponsored video, it's just a good hospital, right? We all need being pampered after delivering. Yeah, if you have a story, please share with us in the comment section. Tell me how your journey was. Tell me anything, right? This has been Everything Good About Life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.